Hey, to answer your question, Amanda Freeman, yes, right here in this group. You're going to be joining me. So I'm going to wait a few minutes. I came on a few minutes early so that people can join me. Just did a cooking show live on my Facebook page, so I'll take my apron off. Don't need that anymore. Get myself comfortable. As a matter of fact, hold that thought. I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be right back. You want to come here? You got to lay in the bed. Be quiet. Hey, Sarah Klein, thanks for commenting that you're here. I would love for anybody else who's on to comment so I know who made it. And then we'll get rocking and rolling. We'll talk about some recruiting tips and turn you all into some expert recruiters, even if you're just a rookie. Fix my camera here a little. Okay. Oh, gosh. Always have concerns about the hair, but eh. Hey, Amanda. Thanks for joining, girl. Hey, Caitlin. Thank you, friend. So we got 3 people on, so thank you, thank you. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock exactly, so let me just wait just a few more seconds. Hey, Deb. It was pretty darn awesome. I think it needed a little bit more seasoning. I think what I'm going to do next time is mix some enchilada sauce into that chicken mixture because I like it spicy. I like it wet and spicy, so I'm going to do that. But those chicken fajitas people tend to love. I didn't want to make it into a fajita, so that bowl was pretty low carb, so I was happy with it. And then I made a low carb cake in the new breakfast maker, and I used coconut flour, almond flour, that whole drill. All right, I'm just going to go back to the group. See if I can do that while I'm live. Might not be able to. Hi, Trina. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Nikki. Thanks, you guys. I'm so happy to see you guys remembered. Just remembered little old me. Gosh, my office is a mess. Look at that junk in the background. Oh, well. It's the way it is. Got no time to clean. Got business to do, money to make, recruits to sign. All right, well, because I promised you an 8 o'clock start and because your time is precious, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I want to thank you for coming and remind you that this video will be on this group page from now until eternity. And I'm going to be posting some resources. The unfortunate thing is, oh, yes, I can post things in a group. Yes, I can. I was thinking it was an event. I'm going to be posting a bunch of files just for you guys. I'm not going to post them on the Dream Team page. I'm going to post them in this group so that you know exactly where to find them. So some of the resources. So let us talk recruiting. Why this recruiting camp and why the push to recruit today? Well, there were a couple of thoughts that came to mind. Number one, we haven't had a big meeting of all of our team members in quite a while, i.e. an event like a quarterly meeting, like a spring launch or anything like that. We've got conference coming up, but we really haven't had a chance to all be together. So I thought this might be a way to chat with, lots of people on the team. And number two, there is such an incredible recruiting incentive this month. You just cannot beat a $200 PC gift certificate to your new recruit for qualifying. And gosh, kids, it has been years, and I'm hear me out, years since the company has offered the recruiter, and that's us, a reward for signing and qualifying. And our reward is $100 PC dollars also. So the company is willing to fork over $300 PC dollars for every single recruit that we get on board and qualify. So just the way it works is you have to sign them up by June 30th at midnight, and they have to qualify, which means $12.50 in sales in their first 30 days. And the 30 days starts ticking when they get their kit, and that's always available on the website, so you'll want to make sure you keep track of that date. But there's a lot at stake. The third reason that I wanted to do something about recruiting is because our team is going for a really big goal in June, July, and August, and that's for us to try to promote to a senior executive team. If you joined the call that I had shared with Judy Joel on Monday night at our meeting last week, she shared that we could be one of only 6 senior executive teams in the nation, in the entire company. And I think that would be pretty cool, and I would like to try to achieve that. So we have some pretty lofty goals. We need director teams all to make their director goal for the next 3 months, and we need to promote some new directors. Yes, Sarah, if you would go out there and do that, that would be great. Thank you. What does Nikki mean, mine's worse? Oh, maybe she means hair. No, it is not. Nobody's hair is worse than this. So let's talk about what the steps are. I'm going to share with you 4 steps to successful recruiting, and I'm going to have you write them down now, and then you can make your notes in each of these categories. The number 1 step is to have the right attitude and belief, and we're going to talk just briefly about that, but it is super important. So attitude and belief is number 1. Number 2 is be prepared to recruit. Be prepared to recruit. And I'm going to explain to you what you need for that and what I think being prepared is. Okay. Number 3, learn and do. Invite and offer the business. So learn to invite and offer the business. I'm going to teach you some ways on how to do that that makes it so simple to do. Okay, so you're going to learn ways to invite people to think about it and to offer them the business. And the 4th step is you have to learn how to close the deal. It's, Trina, no, it does not. The person that you would get the 100 PC dollars for has to be a new recruit that you sign in June, yes. If you already have a team member that signed up in May or before, that's not part of this incentive. They had a different incentive. So the final step that we're going to learn tonight is how to close the deal. And this is so critical because until you learn this step, you will never have an easy time of recruiting. What you'll end up with is a lot of people saying, well, let me think about it. Oh, call me later. Oh, I don't know. Let me check with my husband. Let me go, contemplate my navel about it. We're going to teach you a way to get them to sign up as soon as you've chatted about it. And this is just going to be business changing for you once you learn this, okay? All right, so let's talk about the number 1 step, which is attitude and belief. And briefly and succinctly, what this means is that you have to believe that at every party and in every social situation, there is somebody that would like to learn about selling Pampered Chef. They might not come out and tell you, oh my gosh, Trina, I want to sell Pampered Chef. So without them having a big old sign on their forehead, hey, talk to me about it, we have to talk to everybody. We have to assume that they're the one, okay? You also have to believe that you can do it. And this goes along with anything that's valued in life. It takes effort, but before you even have to start to put effort in, you have to put the belief in. So some of the things that I've done in the past to remind me that I can recruit and that people want my offer would be to come up with some kind of positive affirmation statement. And it sounds corny, but if you ever read the book Train Your Brain or The Secret, these books and these principles teach that what you tell your brain is what your brain will help you achieve, okay? If you put garbage in, garbage just comes out. If you put good in, good will come out. And in our business, good would be something like, I am an awesome Pampered Chef consultant who has a passion for helping others make their dreams come true by joining my team. I am a recruiting machine who recruits 2 people every month to join my team. I have something of value to offer to everybody that is within 10 feet of me, and I'm going to make sure that I offer it to them. Okay? So you have to, before we get into any of this, you have to start to think about this. And because many people say, oh, I'm too new in the business, I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody says, no, nobody wants to do this. Well, I'd like to meet your everybody and your nobody, because in the 21 years that I've been with Pampered Chef, I've recruited almost 700 people and qualified almost 400 of those 700. So let me be the first to tell you, there are people that want our business, that need our business, and you could be the biggest blessing to them that they've ever seen. One more quick fact, well, two. Well, the other fact is I need to get my nails done tomorrow. I chewed all my tips off, and they are gross and ugly and painful, but that's another story. Number one fact, by the year 2020, experts estimate that 40% of working people will have some kind of second job by the year 2020. That's only 2 years away, guys. They feel that the economy is going in that direction and that it will be a side gig. And a gig is something that's very flexible. It's not necessarily a job, but it's a gig, like having your own little lawn business, selling on eBay, renting your house on, what's that place where you can rent your house out? I can't even think of the name. Not HomeAway, but you know what I mean. Selling something like Pampered Chef, a direct sales company, selling on Etsy, selling on eBay. 40%. Other surveys show that 56% of all adults dream of having their own business. 56%. Another big fact. Another big fact to know is that 45% of all households in the United States do not have $400 in savings. 45% do not have $400 in savings. They live paycheck to paycheck. And something like Pampered Chef, bringing in side income, could be the biggest blessing of their life. On top of that, we've just got a really great company. So thinking about all of those things, do you kind of see how you're in a position to not only help yourself, but to help somebody else? And you have everything that you need to do this. Okay, step number one, checked it off. Okay, the next step is one I love to talk about, and that is how to be prepared and ready to recruit. So first of all, you got to get yourself mentally prepared. When I go into a party on my drive, I'm usually mentally rehearsing. Okay, I want to walk out of there with $700 in sales. I need to get 2 bookings yet to fill my June calendar, and I'm going to do whatever I can. And I'm going to give away at least 2 recruiting brochures and talk to 2 people about the business. That's how I set myself up to go into a party. But I need some props, I need some reminders, and I'm going to share with you a whole bunch of them right now and tell you how you can use them. All right. Number one, you can use on your catalogs these recruiting and booking stickers. This is an idea that I came up with and shared with Pampered Chef the year that I was the top recruiter in the company, and I've done that twice. I've been the top recruiter in 2006 and 2009. So this was 2006. This was 13 years ago. These are still on the website if you want to find them, but I'm going to provide them for you. So what are you going to do with these stickers? All right, you're going to put one of these on each catalog, okay? And they're all different. And they say things like, did you know that the average time a consultant spends per party is less than 3 hours? Did you know that most people who join our business work another full or part-time job and or are super busy people? So what are these stickers going to do? All right. Many new consultants or not seasoned recruiters don't know how to talk about all the benefits of Pampered Chef. You don't have that spiel where you can just, it just falls off your tongue and you can say, okay, my gosh, you should do this and this and this. So I want you to get these stickers printed and I want you to put them on your catalogs. An alternative would be to blow these up a little bit, put them on some cards, okay, or even this size, paste them on some postcard size cards and hand those out to each person. And that way they're reusable. You're not, don't always have to do the stickers when the catalogs walk away. But I want you to have these sayings. And these are going to be used at your party. First of all, it's a subliminal message. People are reading these as they're waiting for the party to start. Second, at the end of the party, you're going to ask every single person there to read their sticker out loud with much enthusiasm. And when they do, you're going to give each one a playing card or a ticket. I prefer playing cards. You're going to get a deck of cards. You're going to give them a playing card. And the person who gets the highest card will get a small gift from you, and I'm talking small, Season's Best Cookbook, citrus peel, or something like that. The way you determine the winner is 2 through 10 are worth their face value. All the face cards, Jack, Queen, King, are worth 11. No, I'm sorry, 11, 12, 13, and the ace is worth 14. So you just start from 2. Ace is always the highest. You get my drift. Or if you do, if you do tickets, you can just pull a winner. All right, but it is super important to be able to engage your customers about the business opportunity. And this is one of the best ways I've ever found to get them involved and give you a break in trying to figure out what to say and how to say it. Okay, so that's number 1. I'm going to put that out there. Number 2, you're going to make up some recruiting packets. Talk among yourselves. Gotta go get one. And you're going to have these ready to go at your parties, okay? Now, they don't have to be this elaborate. Mine is not elaborate, but it is simply a little bag that has a Season's Best Cookbook in it, a candy bar, and a flyer that talks about what a great deal our kits are and reasons why they should join. This is the second thing I'll be posting, the Deal of the Day flyer. And it basically takes these questions or statements and puts them on one sheet of paper. If you want people to sign up at your parties, you have to be prepared with something to give them. Now, do I think that this packet is going to convince them to recruit? No, what this packet is for is to remind you to talk about this at the end of every party or every virtual party, and to give you another tool, something in your hand, to say, oh my gosh, friends, I have a gift for everybody who will take 5 minutes. That's why I have the take 5. Take 5 minutes to look at some info about maybe getting one of our starter kits. I've got a little gift for you. So I hope you'll take when I have 3 of these to give away. And you assume that you'll give away all 3. Okay? So that's number 2 thing, that tactile thing that you can do. Okay? Number 3. I use a folder. You don't have to, but I use a folder for my customers. And in the folder, on this side, are catalog, Life Tastes Great, and an order form. And then this is a little flyer, which I'll be sharing, about the different ways that people can hold a cooking class. Now, this isn't a booking chat, but it is a recruiting chat. But I want you to get bookings too. So here's how you're going to use this at the beginning of your party. I'm just going to like to go into role play, okay? So, hey friends, I am so happy that I'm here tonight at Sarah's party, and I would have done a bigger introduction, but let's go through a little bit of paperwork with you first. So I want to share that we're going to be making some chicken fajitas tonight, and I think by the end of the night you are going to be in love with so many of our products, including our Great Rock Crock, and that you're going to want to get your hands on some of them. So I want to give you 3 ways that you can get all of our products at different levels of cost to you, sometimes free. Okay, so the first sheet of paper that you're going to see is an order form. And this is how you can purchase any products that you want tonight. We have a free gift for you when you spend $75. So I'm going to get you a free ice cream dipper. We want you to try it this month. But this form will allow you to spend a little money tonight and get some great products that have at least a 1-year warranty. You're going to love whatever you get. Our host, Sarah's going to love you. But this paper can help you spend a little money. My favorite way for you to pay for an order is a credit card or a debit card. Checks are payable to me, and cash is okay also. Okay. Notice that I said credit and debit cards are my favorite way. They should be yours too, and you need to tell people that. First of all, it's easier. But second of all, people spend more money when they can use a credit or debit card. The other thing you'll notice on my order form is purchase a kit. Okay, it's part of the order form. We're assuming that somebody might just want to buy that kit, and we'll give them the, what they need to do to buy it. But you put that right on your order form. Okay, so the second thing you're going to see in there, friends, is this page, and this kind of tells you a little bit about 3 different ways that you can host a party. And hosting a party is one of the ways that you can save money. Okay, I would love to save you on a typical party I can get you $115, $140 worth of free stuff and 3 or 4 half-price items and 60% off. And guess what? In the month of June and into July, at least through July 15th, you can get any rock crock you want at 60% off, any of our casserole size. So that rock crock that you all saw, that you're going to see tonight, you can buy it, you can get it as a host at 60% off, and then later in July you can just pick anything you want at 60% off. I mean, hosting a party, how many of you have hosted a party before? It is the best way to save money and have a good time, and I'm going to share some recipes with you that we could do at your party. And then the third piece of paper that you're going to see in your folder is this Life Tastes Great, and life really does taste great, especially around here at Pampered Chef. But what we're all going to be looking at later tonight after we do our demo is we're going to be looking at these 3 kits. And we're especially going to look at this $159 kit. Now, I'm going to explain to you at the end of the party, all of the products that we use tonight are pretty much going to be in that $159 kit. And guess what they're all worth? Oh my God, $650. So if you're the bargain shopper in this group, and there's always one, I was a bargain shopper. I mean, like if I go into Kohl's and they've got a rack that's 70% off, like I'm digging through the size 2s, hoping to God there's a 12 in there, you know, with some clothes. So this is the way that you can make money doing something that I think you're going to love, and that's selling Pampered Chef, whether it's virtually, whether it's, excuse me, oh, talk among yourselves. Get out of here. One. Sorry about that. My husband just came home and the dog is so dumb, doesn't remember who her master is. So anyway, this is important to give to every person. Why? Because all 3 kits are shown here. The only one in the catalog is the $249 kit today on page 63. And I think it's important. We got to get every single person seeing the 3. Okay, so you're going to just pose this at the beginning, and you're going to say something, you know what, by the time I'm done demoing tonight, you're going to find a million reasons why you might want to get one of these 3 kits. And not one of the least reasons is that it's a great deal. Okay, so get yourself these flyers. They come in every single new consultant pack. And you know, when I first started with Pampered Chef, what I did with these, they sat on my shelf. And then a new season would come out and they'd make a new flyer. I'd throw these away and I'd put the new ones on my shelf. That's what I did because I didn't recruit. All right, another piece to be ready for recruiting is this, a coupon that tells hosts that they can take $50 or $25 of their host benefits and use it towards a kit. Do you know what kit credit is? Kit credit is where a host of at least a $300 party can use $25 of her host rewards towards the kit. So now you can pitch to your host that, oh my gosh, instead of paying $109, we could take $25 off of that. But if you have at least a $400 party, we can take $50. Where are you going to start a business, friends, for $59? Nowhere. Nowhere. Okay? So what are you going to do with these? You're going to put it in your host packet. And you're going to put a note on here. And you're going to say something like, and you're going to give a host this. You can put these 2 together. This cuts, you know, there's 3 to a page. And you're going to put a note on there that says, hey, host, whatever her name is, hey, Sarah, I hope you'll think about it. I would love, love to make your party your launch party. Now, if they sign up before the party, then it's their launch party. You're going to give them all the sales and all the recruits and all the sale and all the bookings because they're a consultant and we're going to do that as their launch party. If you get to their home and they still haven't signed up, you're going to do the party, keep the sales, but then you can offer them this nice discount on a starter kit. Okay? All right. Another thing to use with your host, and there's lots of hidden jewels on the Pampered Chef's website, is this. This is called a cooking show tally. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever used it? Look what's right in the middle of that. Love our products? Become a consultant and apply free product value towards the purchase of any new consultant kit. Friends, this is for you to use when you are still at the host house and you are adding up her sales. You don't add up the sales at the host house? Please, please make it a habit to do that. How can you coach her to get more orders? But anyway, you're going to say, oh my gosh, Sarah, you had a $650 party so far. We probably can get this to 800. Let's brainstorm. But I have to tell you, friend, because it's double free this month, you are going to earn about $280 worth of free stuff. Imagine. Isn't that amazing? We could take $50 of that and put it towards one of our kits. So let's look and see if any of these kits contain a lot of products that you want anyway. Were you thinking about getting the rock crock and the grill pan and the manual food processor? Well, guess what? Those tools alone are going to come to, $400. We could take $50 of your kit or of your host rewards and put it towards the kit. And then you know what? I will give you all of the bookings that we got tonight. And your friend June wanted to have a party, and Sarah, Susie, whatever, wanted to have a catalog party. You'd be crazy not to. So what are your thoughts? Have you ever thought of doing something like this? Okay, these are tools to help you remember to do some of this stuff. All right, so those are some things that you can get together to prepare to recruit. Okay, what was the third step? You have to learn how to invite and how to offer the business, okay? And we're talking at a cooking party right now. And as soon as I'm through with this info, we'll switch gears and we'll talk a little bit about virtual parties, what I've heard works in virtual, okay? So there is a huge difference in telling people, and we're talking, guests at your parties, telling people about the business and the great deal, and offering. So there's a difference between explaining or telling, and inviting and offering, okay? So you need to tell first, okay? And Sarah jumps at this offer. Aren't you sweet? Yes, Sarah, you would. And Sarah did jump at the offer. So look, you are going to be, I'm going to tell you 3 places in your party that you're going to talk about the business. So we already talked about the first one. So write down at the beginning of the party, you're going to talk about the opportunity that you're going to be sharing. You're going to share this brochure and have people look at the kits, okay? Beginning of the party. Second time that you're going to talk about the kits and the business is at the end of your party. So I'm going to go through very quickly. I'll wrap up for a party. And when I started 21 years ago, there was no wrap up. I finished cooking and I said, hey, the food's done, let's go eat. Thanks for being here, bye-bye now, okay? I learned pretty quickly at a national conference that wasn't the way to do it and that we needed to do a wrap-up. So after you're done with your recipe, there are 3 things I want you to do. Number 1, I want you to ask everybody what was one product that they saw that they liked. You're going to go around the room and ask them, every single person, what was something that you saw tonight that you liked? This serves a couple purposes. Number 1, it solidifies that people do want and like our product, and then they saw things they'd like. Number 2, you get more sales. People remember now the things that you showed. Other people say, oh, I like that rock crack, and they go, oh yeah, I like that one too. Oh, you stole mine. Gets a little crazy. The other thing it does is that they're going to be bringing up things that come in the starter kit, and if they don't, you could start to plant some seeds. So how many of you like the rock crock? How many of you love that manual food processor? Who has the quick slice on their must-want list, or who has the cheese grater, okay? So this is super important at the end of your party to talk about what they saw, okay? Got to kind of, what we're doing here is taking them from party mode into business mode. And this is a step that a lot of people miss out on, okay? People are all having fun and giddy and all that. They go get food and they leave without ordering. Have you ever had that happen? Okay? It's because we didn't purposefully close our party. So friends, it sounds like all of you want a lot of our products, and I'm super excited to share, again, the ways that you can get it. So remember, we're going to get you an ice cream dipper for free with your $75 order. And if you have to get scooting right away, go ahead and fill out your order form and bring it up, and I'll take care of you right away. But we talked a little bit about hosting a party, so let me just share some of the recipes that you could get. Remember, I told you that an average host will get $115, $140 worth of free, but besides free stuff, It's super fun, and I have some different recipes that I'm going to pass around, and I'd love for you to take a peek at them. And if you wouldn't mind, if one of them catches your eye, don't forget to remind me at checkout that you think the pizza party or the springtime salad and margaritas is the one that you would love to have. But you know what? Usually 2 or 3 people at every single party want to have their own party. And when our host, Sarah, gets 3 parties scheduled on the calendar tonight, catalog or cooking, then she is going to receive a free blah, blah, blah from me for getting 3 bookings. So if you want to do it for Sarah, great. If you want to do it for yourself, great. If you want to help me out, hey, that's good too. But I saved the best for last, and we want to talk about how you can earn money with Pampered Chef. And a lot of people think, oh my gosh, Marna sells Pampered Chef, poor girl, couldn't get a job, and a real job. And I have to tell you, 80% of our team works a full-time job in addition to selling Pampered Chef. So if you're a full-time girl working, I'm talking to you. If you work a part-time job, I'm talking to you. If you're a stay-at-home mom or someone who's retired, I'm talking to you. Pampered Chef is one of the best companies to dip your toe into direct sales with. Why? Because we have a product that everybody wants. We just talked about everybody had a wish list going on, right? So why not get one of our starter kits and give Pampered Chef a try? So I'm going to give you 3 reasons tonight, friends, why I think that all of you need to at least consider getting a kit. Number 1, the deal, okay? This is the deal of the day. The kits are 70% discounted. Remember I talked about that shopping rack at Kohl's? Well, guess what? We're going to let you buy them at 70% discount, and that kit's yours to keep forever. What do you need to do to take advantage of that deal? You have to do at least 1 party. You've got to at least try a catalog party. Now look, this is like a no-brainer. A catalog party is $200 in sales, and you take the catalog around and you get some orders, or we go to Facebook and we advertise that you're having a catalog party, okay? It's easy peasy. And if you love the business, like I'm pretty sure you will, you keep everything, and we're good friends, and we're going to work together to build you a business that can bring in, let's say, $500 a month on the side. What could you do with $500? Many, many households would love to have, or at least many women would love to have $500 fun money. Guess what the first thing was that I did when I started Pampered Chef in 1997? Got myself a cleaning lady. Yep. I have not cleaned a toilet or a countertop, any heavy-duty cleaning, in 21 years. Do you know what it feels like to not have to do that, ladies? I just can't even tell you the freedom it gives me. I would much rather go do 1 party a month to make the money to earn that and to pay that cleaning lady, and that's about what I have to do. The second reason that I think that most of you should at least consider this is that Pampered Chef is the perfect side gig. And if you've not heard that word before, side gig is a buzzword in the economy today, and it just means somebody who already works another job and is going to hustle on the side to earn some extra money. And with a kit that can be as cheap as $59, there's such a low investment. There's no need to be like pondering it or saving up money for months and months and years. I mean, how many of you could go to Walmart tonight and spend $109 or $159 in the blink of an eye? You don't call your husband or significant other and say, hey, can I go to Walmart and buy groceries and good stuff that we all need? Can I go buy some cooking tools that we need? No. So getting a kit could be the beginning of just the best part-time job you've ever had, very part-time. And third, I'm looking for people that really would give me a 30-day trial, and let's see if we could get you some extra income and build you a business. We have a really great compensation plan, and if I could get you an extra $500 a month, like I said before, or maybe if you can work 1 night a week, 3 hours, that would be like 12 hours, guys, in a whole month. Or maybe you'd want to work 6 or 8 times a month. Well, now we're talking full time with Pampered Chef and making and earning money in the thousands each month. So there's a couple of different levels. But what I would love for you to do, last but not least, before we go eat, is I would love for you to read the sticker or the card that I gave you that is on your catalog, because this is really going to answer a couple of your quick questions, so you can maybe decide tonight, like, well, this sounds like a no-brainer. Why am I not getting this kit? And I'm with you, girls. I don't know why you wouldn't. So go and you stand right in front of the first person and you say, okay, Jean, would you read your sticker? I'll give you a playing card. Jean reads, did you know that the minimum to remain an active consultant is $150 in orders per month? And you will say something like, isn't that amazing? I mean, there's really no penalties for not selling. We like you to sell, but there's no penalty. We have a reward-based company, no penalties, and there's no fees, you know, to keep renewing every year. You invest your money in the kit, it's yours, that's all there is. Next girl reads, did you know that there are no deliveries to make with Pampered Chef? Orders are delivered right to our hosts or guests. This is a huge deal. There are many businesses where they're stockpiling crap in their basement, and their husbands would be appalled if they knew how much product they had on hand. We don't do that. Product goes right from warehouse to customer. So do you see how this is going to work? All right, so you're going to do that. You're going to draw your winner, award your winner. And then you're going to, last but not least, say, so tonight, girls, I'm going to take care of each of you one-on-one. I'm going to be setting up right over here. I'll talk with you each individually, so just leave your orders here. I'll call you back. You go get some food. But when you come up, I'm going to offer you all the chance to just take a peek at some information. You get a candy bar out of the deal. I hired one of my best directors in my whole organization because she wanted a darn candy bar. But let's just take a peek and think if Pampered Chef is something that you'd want to do. And you know what? On your order form, don't forget there's a space that you can write in which of those kits you want. Okay? And one last thing about ordering the kit itself does not help our host Sarah tonight. I will give her a gift for you signing up, right? But there are some products that don't come in the starter kit. So in order to help Sarah out, make sure that you order the quick slice or the can opener or the micro grips or something that's not in the starter kit to help her party along too, okay? And I'll look forward to working with you at a party or as a business partner in the future. Thanks so much for coming tonight. It was really great to spend time with you, and I can't wait to chat with you at checkout. That's it. Now, that's way more than what most consultants do. I mean, this is how I used to, even if I did talk about recruiting in the beginning, it was like, okay, ladies, well, we've got a really great business. If you ever want to get some information on it, let me know, okay? That was it, okay? Nobody ain't doing that. Nobody's going to say yes. They didn't say yes. It wasn't until I started making it all about them, what they could do with the business, not what I did with the business. Nobody cares, but what they could do. And maybe shooting out a couple of scenarios. So one of these that says, did you know that most people who join our business work another full or part-time job or are super busy people? You know why I put that in there? That's to beat the objection where people are thinking, well, I work full-time. She's not talking to me. I mean, I work at, whatever. I work at Dow. I work at Consumers Energy. Doesn't matter. Those people might still want to do this. So you just make some comment back on this. You follow up with this. And now we're at the checkout. And now they've come up and they've got their order form filled out. So what you're not going to do is what I used to do is, okay, thanks, Sarah. Your total is $92.29. Do you want to pay with a check or a credit card? Okay, that's how I check people out. Okay, what I want you to do is have this packet ready. Have your host packets ready. Hey, Sarah, did you have a good time tonight? It was so good to meet you. Thank you so much for coming. Did you love the food? Okay. Were you able to get everything on your wish list, or what would you think about taking advantage of one of those starter kits tonight? Did you think at all about the $159 kit and what it could do for you? You know, you've got the manual food processor down and that comes in the kit. What would you say to getting a kit? Now if she says yes, avoid the, temptation to like pee your pants and jump up and down, because that's what I used to do. I was like, oh my God. You're going to say, okay, great. Now, at that point, if she says yes, you don't need to be doing any of this junk, friends. You can give her the candy bar if she wants. But you go right to, all right, so we can get your kit ordered tonight. So let me just take care of these next couple people, and I'm going to get the information so I can order your kit tonight. That's all we're talking about, is ordering the kit tonight. We're not talking about going home and talking to your husband and thinking about it and asking some people and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't work. People go home and then real life hits and they go, oh my God, what was I thinking? I can't do that. Or they call their best friend and she goes, what? That is the dumbest idea. Or worse, they call their mom. And if you got my mom, it would be like, oh my God, Marla, that is, you can't sell Pampered Chef. You are busy enough. What are you thinking? No, 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 nobody's going to do that and yada, yada, yada. So I usually get people to leave the party as a signed up and very nervous consultant versus a questioning and hopeful and, you know, aspiring consultant who is shot down the minute she walks out the door by some person. And let me just tell you this. I really believe that people who are the naysayers are really trying to protect their friend, their loved one. Because let's face it, there's a lot of direct sales companies out there, and I'm not even direct sales. Let's go down a notch into MLMs, multi-level businesses, where people do get ripped off. They never make any money. They spend all their money on training and stocking product and buying for themselves and all that nonsense. We are a true direct sales company that you will make money right from the get-go. So I just don't want them to be put off by those well-meaning people, because it will happen. All right. So we have gone through the scenario of a party, of how to invite, inform, and then sign them right up at the party. So closing the deal kind of goes along with that final checkout. But it really involves giving people the opportunity to do it right then and there. And this is, again, where your attitude has to change, okay? Because if you believe people have to go home, think about it, look at the brochure, talk to their husband, look on the website, ask a few friends. Well, that's exactly what they'll do, okay? And speaking from experience, the success rate, once they leave the party, I would say goes down 50% right away. And every day after, it goes down even more. I always like to liken it to this. If you ever go to a fast food restaurant and you get a bag of garbage, I mean, it's pretty garbage at most fast food restaurants, but you get it and it's hot and there's steaming French fries and, you know, you're not even out of the drive-thru and you're like shoveling your kids' fries in your mouth because when they're hot and, you know, in the moment, oh my God, they are so good. Are you with me? Can you picture it? Okay. Take that bag of garbage home, let it sit on your kitchen table overnight, and tomorrow morning open it up. And does it look real appetizing? Does it sound good anymore? No, it really doesn't. Because time has a way of changing what was really good last night into something that's not so agreeable and not so tasteful. Timing is everything. Yes, Amanda, you did sign up after months. I would have much rather signed you earlier, and you could have had all those bookings, friend. I know you'll agree that if you think back, it would have been better to sign up at, you know, when we first got in touch with each other, but I'll take you any way I can have you, friend, because you're amazing. But anyway, so I know from experience that timing is everything, okay? And that it is important at least to offer this to everyone, okay? Now, who is your first recruit lead? Who is the very first person that you need to work on? And it is your host. Statistics show that hosts are our most likely to recruit person, okay? Whether it's before they do their party and they turn their party into a launch party, or whether it's after and they use kit credit and get a kit and go on their merry way and get started, okay? So we're gonna wrap up at the party. We're gonna talk about it at the beginning, and we're definitely going to talk about it to our guests at checkout. But for our hosts, we're going to start planting the seed from the minute we book a party. So here's a phrase I'd love you to write down. It served me well. And that is, treat every host like a recruit lead, every booking like a recruit lead. So treat every booking like a recruit lead, and treat every recruit lead like a booking. So treat every booking like a recruit lead and treat every recruit lead like a booking. Here's what I mean. Let's say, you know, you check out and they turn you down on the business. And then you go on to, well, at least let's book a fun party, friend. At least let me come to your house, cook up something, or do a catalog party so you can get a few more products and we can stay in touch. How does that sound? Would you want to be one of Sue's 3 bookings tonight? Okay, try to get the booking. If if she doesn't want to sign up. But here's the deal. Every time I book a party, at least when I was in my big recruiting days, what I would say is, well, let me at least send you home with this packet, because guess what, Mary? Most of our hosts decide that they will eventually sell. So I'm glad that we can do a party. I've got you on my calendar, but just at least take a peek at this info for me. And if at any time you decide, you know what, I want to make the money at my party, you let me know, and I'll be asking you as we go along. On the flip side, if somebody says, you know, I really kind of want that kit, but I just can't get it tonight. I don't have the money. I've got to talk to my husband. I've got to go home and think about it, yada, yada, yada. Instead of saying, oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow. Stop and say, well, let's at least do this, Carrie. If you're interested in at least thinking about the business, let's do this. Let's get a party booked. And that way, if you say yes, then we've got your launch party all set. And if you think, I don't know, not now, then at least we have a party and we can get you some free stuff until you can make a decision. How does that sound? People will say yes. I promise you, if you offer this, they will say yes. But what used to happen to me is someone would be interested in the business and I thought, oh my God, they're going to sign. And I'd let them go home. And they go into the witness protection plan, I always like to say. Like, I couldn't call them. They didn't answer the phone. They wouldn't answer a text. They didn't, you know, in those days, there was no Facebooks and texting and all that jazzeroni. But anyway, the bottom line was I could never connect with them. So not only did I not get the recruit, I also didn't get a booking out of them. So I'm advising you to get a party booked, even if they take this info home. If they sign up, I would still book a party, because you're going to need to do a launch party with them, or your upline director will. Okay. So Amanda's asking, if you already had hosts, could you send them one of those recruit kits? Absolutely yes. So how fun would this be to send to one of your favorite hosts and say, you know what, hey, I'll use Tara, your friend Tara. Hey, Tara, I've been thinking about you ever since, ever since Marna did our Pampered Chef party together. And I'm looking for a business partner in the month of June. And there's so many great rewards that I just had to send this to you. And then you'll send to them the Q&A. You'll send them this. You'll send them the darn candy bar if you want. If you don't want to, I mean, sometimes this, if you put this in and mail it, this will up your postage to $3.50 over a candy bar. So maybe instead you could take a business card and put a note, $10 off the kit. Would you be willing to give them $10 off the kit if they signed up? I sure would. I don't want to have to take them out to lunch and do all that nonsense. I just want them to sign up. So maybe put a little coupon in there for some money off the kit. That might be something that you'd want to do, especially, you know, if you're really wanting to ramp up your recruiting. All right, we've got 10 minutes left. I'm going to try to take 5 minutes for the virtual aspect of this, and then we'll maybe open it up to more Q&A. All right, virtual parties, if you're a virtual consultant. I posted in this group several posts that can be conversation starting posts about becoming a consultant. You're going to post the kits. You got to tell people about the kits, right? You're going to post something about the income possibility. But the post that works the best to recruit in a virtual is to post something like, ask me any question about selling Pampered Chef and get into a drawing for a free fun prize. You do that in every virtual party towards the end or towards the last third of the party, or whenever you want to do it. And you might tag your host, you might comment, so Sarah, why don't you get us started with a question? Okay, and she asked the first question, how much does it cost to get started? If you were in our summer bash, you would see that that post got tons and tons of action, people commenting. So that's the first thing that I encourage you to do in a virtual party, is do an interactive post, just kind of like this ask me a question thing. Number 2, the best recruiters in virtual parties, and the best tips that I've heard, is that when people are engaged in the party, they're commenting, you private message them and you say something like, oh my gosh, Amanda, you've been so much fun in this party. I have to ask you, have you ever thought of doing something like being a virtual consultant and doing a party just like this on Facebook? I would love to have you on my team. What do you think? Ask people. It's the only way you're going to get some interaction, some conversation going with these people. If somebody asks a lot of questions, oh my gosh, Sarah, you participated so much in the party. I can tell that you enjoyed being in the party. What would you think about hosting your own party, just like we did Snake? What would you think about being a virtual consultant? Do you know what a virtual consultant is? ? Send. Don't give her a whole thing this long telling her every detail of signing up and what it costs and what the benefits are. You have to get interest first, and then you can do all that, okay? The third thing with virtual parties is to be a host sign up, okay? And that can be done. There's a couple of memes that I've posted in the past. There's messages that you could send her. I know that you could post a picture of the 3 kits in a message, and you could craft a message that says something like, oh my gosh, Sarah, you're just a great virtual host. You've been so engaging and your friends have been so fun. I've got to ask you again, would you get a kit and let me transfer these orders to you and let this be your first party? So far, you would have already earned $80 from this party. What do you think? ? Send, okay? Kind of the same thing you do at a cooking party or with a cooking show host, but you have to do it virtually. But the key to success in the virtual world is those private messages that you send out. Now, another way to get people engaged in conversation with you privately in Facebook groups is to make a post that says something like, I love the Rock Crock. Who loves this? Message me to receive a free gift. So you have to put, message me to receive a free gift. No obligation, nothing to buy. Okay, they message you and say, hey, can you send me the gift? All you're sending them is just the recipe file of 150 recipes for the deep covered and the Rock Crock, which I'll post. Okay, so tonight we have talked about a lot of stuff, and I know that we covered the whole gamut. We talked about in the beginning, getting your mind straight, getting your heart ready to recruit, making it all about other people, and expecting that you'll get recruits, expecting you'll get bookings, because that's the first step in this business. That's what separates people who are okay at the business from the really great ones. The really great people who succeed well in this business change their heart. And that in turn changes their head. They no longer are thinking about, oh, what's in it for me? It's all about, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my host, $280 worth of double free. I can't wait to get my host 3 bookings so she gets this. I can't wait to offer the business to people tonight. I'm so hoping I can change some lives. It's imperative. That's how you got to do it. We talked about number 2, all of the different things, props and things that will help you recruit, and I'm going to post all of them in this team page. Then we talked a whole bunch about how to reframe a party. Whether it's virtual cooking, you're going to do, you could do all of the things that I talked about in a virtual party. I'm not a virtual consultant. I'm a cooking show consultant, but I'm trying to do a few more virtual things. And Sarah just commented that was the turning point. And Sarah's a great example of how a person that doesn't believe maybe in themselves or maybe in the business or maybe in the whole concept or that they could do it, that once she read the book, The Secret, and once she set a plan in motion, she said, I want to do this. I want to be successful like other people are. I think I can do it. And we came up with a plan. It really was all about her changing her attitude, her belief, and the way she presented herself in the business and everything else. The bookings and all of that started to come. The sales started pouring in because she worked hard to not only build up her belief, but what happened is when things would happen good, that reinforced the belief. Do you know what I mean? You got a little bit of that dopamine or the serotonin or all of those good endorphins that you get when something good happens. It floods your body with these feel-good these feel-good endorphins, and it pushes you on to do even more. This is why people who work out like to post their accomplishments daily, because that reinforces. You've got to take some cues from what has worked for many people. Terry Wickert says, how do you sign a recruit at a party? I don't take a computer, just my phone. My secret, Terry, is, and that's a great question, friend, my secret is I just get their information on a piece of paper and I take it home and tell them I'll order the kit. And usually I just use the order form. I just write, and the only two pieces of info you need are a social security number and a driver's license, excuse me, and a date of birth. And I'm not kidding you, friends. You cannot believe how many people come to a party and tell me, I just came for a mini serving spatula, and here I am giving you my date of birth and my social security number. Yep, that's how it works. We take them all the way from first base to a home run in one party. How? By believing in them. By giving them enough reasons and enough belief that they too could do this. You know, my parties are usually a little bit of a goofball thing. I usually, you know, forget an ingredient or drop something. I mean, I know what I'm doing, but I don't want to have the perfect show. And I want to tell people, look, you can do this. And then I sometimes will do a little demo of how my parties were in the beginning. And this is truly how I would demo. Okay, now, all right, now, this is a bottle of Splash, and it's got a red label on it, and I think it costs $29. Okay, this is a pen. Yeah, we call this the purple pen, and it's $6. I mean, I did not have the spiel down pat. I mean, I was pretty pathetic, right? It takes a little bit of practice. If you're a newer consultant, your party will evolve and you'll get so good at it. So we talked about inviting and offering and using all the props. And then the last thing we talked about is how to close the deal. And I like to just rephrase this as how to give people permission to say yes right that night. Okay? How to give them permission. How to just say, you know what? Let's give it a try. You know what? At the very least, you're going to get $650 worth of tools for $159 or $450 for $109. Know those numbers too. Make sure you know what those kits are worth. Make yourself a cheat note if you have to. Get some stuff together and give it a try. Last but not least, it's 2 minutes too. If I were trying to get to director, okay, if I were trying to get and push for my recruits this month, I would be messaging a few key people in my life, and I would be saying, hey, cousin Sarah, I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but you know I sell Pampered Chef, and I have a big goal this month to find one new business partner and one more booking, and I thought of you. Would hosting a fun party or getting one of our starter kits to give it a try be anything at all you'd consider? I would love it if you'd say yes. What do you think? Okay. A very successful director on our team, Candace Prescott, did that last June. And just as inspiration, Candace was a director on her team. She had left our company to go to another direct sales company. And were we all sad that she left? Absolutely. But she wanted to try something else out. That was in March. By May, the end of May of last year, she called me and said, Marna, this company just is not what I thought it would be, and I want to come back and do Pampered Chef. She'd never let her contract expire. She still was a consultant, but she had lost her directorship. I said, open arms, let's do it. The beginning of June, Candace needed 5 recruits to promote to director again, and she needed them all to be active, and she needed 5,000 in sales. And this is from a girl who's done anything with Pampered Chef now in 3 months. And that message that I just gave you is exactly what she sent to people. Hey, Aunt Mary, you know, I left Pampered Chef for a little while, and I'm back, and I'm working to rebuild my business, and I'm looking for one new business person, one new partner to buy a kit and sell with me, and one more party host. Would you consider doing either one of those? I would love you forever. I can give you more deets. What do you think? Okay. She sent that out over and over and over. And girls and guys, she got her 5 recruits. She got her 5,000 in sales. And that's how I know that is once you set your mind to it. And every director will tell you, from Sarah to me to anybody else, it took me 3 years to get to director. But guess what? It usually takes less than 2 months once you make the firm commitment that you're going to do it, that it will happen. And I've seen it happen over and over and over. Why would you want to be a director? Well, first of all, the rewards are great. Income, product, the fun of it. You go to conference as a director, you get the, you get the recognition, you get the party. I think that the money almost doubles the minute you go to director, so that's a good reason. You're helping other people. So I know not everybody wants directorship, but recruiting is part of our job. And if you tell me, oh, I don't really want to, recruit, the company is depending on the field, us, to recruit. Do you know that there is no way for the company to increase its field of consultants unless we do it? They can't go out and sign any consultants without it going through one of us. That's part of our policy. So that company, if you can imagine the company's hands being tied behind their back, it literally is. They are at our mercy to grow our company and to bring new recruits in. Everybody who's hired in our company comes in through a consultant. We are the recruiting department, we're the personnel department, we're the sales department. We really run this company. Everything that the company gets is a direct result of field, which is us, right? So I am always partnering with the home office and trying to figure out how we can improve this, because guess what? When the company does well, we all do well. We all get better rewards. Amanda asked, so you can lose director status. Yes, you can. If you promote to director and you don't make it again after 3 months, you lose your director title, but you always keep your people. The people that are on your team will always stay with you. Okay, as long as you're a consultant, you'll still get paid on them at whatever level, senior consultant or team leader. If, like Candace, you let it go and you decide, oh my gosh, that was a boo-boo, I'm going to re-promote, all you have to do is get those 5 recruits again, 5 new people, and their sales plus your entire old team all need to sell 5,000, you're right back in the saddle. But what we usually do with new directors, Amanda, is kind of make a plan. Like if you're fairly weak, and the next month you just think there's just no way, I can't pull this off, I can't make the 5,000 in sales. Because guess what? Once you promote to director, you don't need the 5 people anymore. I have some directors that do it all by themselves. They don't, you don't have to have the 5 people. You only need the 5 people to promote. But what we might do is if a month is just not going to happen, then we would put the call out to you and to your team and we'd say, hey, Freeman team, we're not going to make our director goal in June. Hold any sales you have until July 1 and we'll go for it the next month. See, that way you have the last week of the month sales that we hold into the very first day of the following month, and then you've got like 5 weeks of sales to make it the next month. So Nikki asked, the in-home party tips, will they work at a vendor show? So at a vendor show, I think it's a little difficult to take somebody from informing, inviting, props, all the way to signing at a vendor show, because a vendor show is a very quick, hey, how do you do? So my tip for you, Nikki, at a vendor show would be to definitely have things displayed like this, a sign that says we're hiring. And I think at a vendor show, using a prize drawing slip is critical, and a very simple one too. My prize drawing slip has 2 questions. What would you think about hosting a cooking, catalog, or virtual party? Yes, no, or maybe. And what do you think about getting a starter kit and giving Pampered Chef a try? Yes, no, maybe. That's it. Don't at this point, I can talk about the other stuff. So you're at a vendor event and you get those prize drawing slips. You make sure they're filling them out. And my question when somebody walks up at a vendor event is, hey, when's the last time you were at a Pampered Chef party? Have you seen a catalog? The key at a vendor event is to engage. You got to get people chatting with you, filling out the prize drawing slip. And then what I would offer is I'd have a big sign that says, enter to win a free brownie pan or whatever junk you got on hand, and 10 free cooking classes. Enter to win a free brownie pan and 10 free cooking classes. So everybody comes up and they're filling out their prize slip. Guess what, Nikki? Every single person wins. What do they win? They won a free cooking party, which means that you'll bring the ingredients for a free party. And that gets your foot in the door so that you can have conversation with them. You could call back every single prize drawing slip, and that's what the smart people do from vendors. They call back every single one and say, oh my gosh, thanks for stopping by my booth. You won my drawing. And then stop and they say, oh my gosh, what did I win? You won one of the free cooking classes. Do you know what that means? No. Well, that means that I will cook for you and up to, and I like to put a stipulation, I will cook for you and up to 15 of your best friends at a private cooking class at your home, and I will bring all the groceries needed for the demo. All you have to do is get the people there, and I can get you all the host rewards. Sound like fun? Stop. Okay. So some of the things, yes, you can use at a vendor event, but vendor events are a different kind of animal. You don't have their attention for an hour like you do at a cooking party. So I am super excited to hear your comments as I'll get off of this, and we can be chatting back and forth. I'm going to start throwing up some files for you tonight, but I'm going to leave you with this. I want you to be thinking what your business could look like in 30 days from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, if you just changed and tweaked just a few things about the way that you think about and approach recruiting, just a few, okay? If you want someone to take you under their wing, let's say you want to really grow your business, 20% of my team, overall organization, is interested in this. 80% are interested in just being a very casual consultant. So congratulations on being the top 20% of our team. And Nikki, I know you're saying you do mostly virtual parties because you're a stay-at-home mom. I know you're doing an vendor event for a friend, so that could be a really great way to bust out of your circle. If virtual parties are working for you, girlfriend, keep on doing them. I like to just tell you and just put this little bug in your ear that in a 3-hour cooking party, you could get done what takes you all week posting. You could get done in one quick evening out, kiss your kids goodbye and your babysitter or whoever's watching your kids, and go have a fun evening out. Just try it one time. You'll go like, oh my gosh, this was so fun. But I'm not dissing the virtual consultant. If that's what you want to do, friend, we have Sarah Klein as a virtual consultant. Susan Barb is a virtual. They're directors that are all virtual. So it can be done. Totally up to you. So I want to thank you all for joining. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being the top 20%. And let's go see what we can do to change the course of history for your life and for our team's life, to see what we can do for some recruiting this month. Okay? Let me know what questions you have. Thank you so much for joining, and look for more of this kind of webinar in the future. I really appreciate you joining me. Thanks, Terry. Appreciate you. Bye, guys.